Hi, Kirsten Dahlerup here. I hope that you're well and taking good care of yourself, and I also hope that you are enjoying that spring is here. So today we are going to use pain as a support for our meditation. Now this may sound a little bit counterintuitive, but if you think about it, until now we've been using the breath as a support. And just to recap, support is that which we are resting our awareness on, just 25% of the awareness. Another 25% is like the little guard that keeps our awareness on the first 25%. And 50% is just pure spaciousness, being in the present moment. So we've been using breath as support, and I've also given you the option of focusing on or using sounds or even sights if you meditate with your eyes open as support. We've also used mantras like the loving kindness. So today we're using pain, and next time we're going to use difficult emotions or thoughts. So it's really the same method, it's just that the object that you decide to focus on has changed. So this is to help you change your relationship with pain, to maybe even be able to manage it better. And of course, overall, we're also doing this to have a steadier mind more generally. And as you may or may not know, that what we are doing here doesn't represent what I do in my one-to-one sessions with clients. That's clinical hypnotherapy that I do there. And disclaimer, if you have got any pain, then of course you must go and see your GP. This meditation is simply to help you for now, to give you a valuable tool, and of course it's not a magical wonder or a quick fix. Meditation is a practice. It's not about being good at it or not good at it and trying it once. It's a practice. It's a wonderful way of helping you rewire your brain over a period of time. Numerous studies show how effective it is, and also around pain. From now on in this audio, I'm not going to use the word pain anymore. I'm going to say uncomfortable sensations, because pain is quite a loaded word which can create associations. So there was a Lama at some point, or a Buddhist teacher, who spoke of the mind as being like a house with 6 windows. And in this house, there's this crazy monkey running from window to window. And one window represents sights, another one sounds, smells, tastes, 2 others, sensations, and emotions. So we all have these windows of the mind. This is how we perceive. This is how we perceive the world, right? There's no other way to perceive it. We see, we hear, we feel, and so forth. But instead of just being in that pure awareness and being in the present moment, observing it, the monkey adds a narrative. I don't like that. I don't like how that looks. I don't like the sound of that. That sound should be different, or that flavor. Oh, I like that flavor. I want more of that flavor, so now I'm going to overeat. The monkey does that. And with sensations, of course. I don't like that sensation. Will that sensation ever go away? When will it go away? What does it mean? And so forth. And of course, I'm saying this very respectfully, because we all know what it's like to have pain. We can feel quite isolated and closed off with it. And this is not to undermine anything, but simply to offer you a way of dealing with uncomfortable sensations. So through mindfulness meditation, we learn to be better at observing the monkey rather than believing its stories and narratives. And our nervous system literally learns to be less reactive and more able to handle stress. We learn to remain spacious and use watchful awareness to guard against letting or getting distracted and lost in thoughts about any uncomfortable sensations. So when we practice calming down the narrative, calming down the monkey, we are actually practicing calming down our fight-flight response. Why? Well, because if we don't calm down our monkey, if we believe the stories, the narratives, the monkey mind, then our brain will tell our body to switch on the fight-flight branch of our autonomic nervous system because there's a perceived threat. And the perceived threat is the story. And it will actually switch off an area of the brain that helps us decrease pain. So now the body is in alert, it's in fight-flight, and this affects our muscles, our blood flow, our heart rate, our gastrointestinal system as well, and our nervous system. And when this is affected, when these areas are in fight-flight, what we may feel are feelings of pain, actually, a contraction, a tension, tingling, numbness, burning, heart palpitations, headaches. And if we are doing this again and again, then we may be teaching our nervous system a loop. We may wire our brain into creating a loop where this cycle can repeat itself. So this means that now suddenly we may have, or not suddenly, but over time, we may have chronic pain, even though there may not actually be any physical damage to our body. But it just becomes a bit of a loop, and then that uncomfortable sensations, I just said the word pain, didn't I? But uncomfortable sensations, they can create more stress, more narratives, more stories, which create more uncomfortable sensations. So now we have a loop going on. So if we can break that loop, if we can sit with the sensations without adding a narrative, with a much, much steadier mind, then we don't have to go into fight-flight. So I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this. This means that we have removed a part of the recipe for uncomfortable sensations, as in the narrative, and we help the body or the nervous system, the branch of the nervous system that helps us decrease uncomfortable sensations. We help that with staying switched on. So before we meditate, just make sure that you don't create attachment to a desire for the uncomfortable sensation to go, but let the uncomfortable sensation become another route to mindfulness, to being present, to creating a calmer, steadier mind in general as well. So let's meditate for 15 minutes, and you'll hear the ding. It's going to ding 3 times and once in the end. So just get yourself comfortable. And just start by just feel your body against the seat. And just notice your breath, your breathing, the movement movement of the stomach as you breathe. Don't try and breathe in any particular way, just natural. Just being here right now. You can also for a moment just rest your awareness on sounds. Good, and I'd like you to just take a moment to just quietly in your mind and just ask yourself whether the uncomfortable sensation is trying to tell you something. Is it trying to tell you to drink more water or exercise more, or maybe to be kinder to yourself? Maybe to trust in your body's ability to heal. Just check whether there's a positive message for you. And then I'd like you to just notice the narrative that the monkey's been telling you around the uncomfortable sensation. So you can do that by asking quietly, what else is here? And then you may notice. And then just for a moment, just gently rest your awareness on that, using that as the support instead of your breath. Remember, it's just 25% of your awareness that you're resting on that narrative. Another 25% is watchful of the first 25, just staying there rather than jumping around to other thoughts. And 50% of your awareness is just spacious, just being. Now I'd like you to gently move your awareness on the part of the mind, or on the mind rather, that is noticing the uncomfortable sensation. So not the part of your body where the sensation is, but just noticing the part of the mind that is registering the sensation. The question is kind of how do you know that there is that sensation? Maybe the mind views it as a shape or something. So now just sit resting 25% of your awareness on the mind that is registering the the sensation. Remember to mainly just rest in spacious awareness. And if the mind wanders off into other things, stories or plans, just gently bring it back to the mind that is registering the sensation. Only 25%, you're not staring at it or grasping onto it. Just gently resting your awareness, 25%. So you're mainly just being in just presence, spaciousness. Just gently resting your awareness on that. Not in any narratives. Just being here present in the moment. Using that as a support for a steady mind. Just being here in your core of calm, just with 25% of your awareness, just observing it. Observing it like you would observe an object. And you're just here resting. Just teaching your nervous system to remain calm, being able to be with a sensation. Kind of being the bigger space. Being an awareness without attachment, without aversion. Just being in the present moment. And just continue doing so for the last 2 minutes. And now just drop the practice for the last 45 seconds. Just sit. Just resting your awareness on your preferred support. Maybe the breath. Very good. Just bring your awareness back to the room. Notice 3 different colors here in your space. Very good. And know that every time you practice meditation, it just becomes more and more familiar, and over time means that you'll have a much steadier mind, know your mind a lot better in your everyday life. And if you need any change work done, then you know where to find me, KirstenDahlerup.com.